So today's video is going to conclude this graphs week. We've been looking at how to create graphs all week. Now we're going to look at actually how to use them in class within PowerPoint. So I've got here adding graphs to PowerPoint from Excel. Look at some of the best practices. I'm going to click on this slide. So when you're adding graphs from Excel, you want Excel open, of course. And all you're going to do is copy the graph from Excel and you're going to paste it in PowerPoint very simply. So we'll pull this open. Go to this pie chart here. We'll copy it using Control-C. And then we'll come over here and hit Control-V, and there it is. Now you'll notice the formatting will change to meet the PowerPoint template, but we can reformat this. So one of the things I'll do here is I'll click and just make this a little bit bigger. One of the other things I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to Design, and I'm going to go to Quick Layout, and I'm going to change what we had, which would look like this, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to change and remove the legend, and I'm going to add it directly to the graph. Now this is one of the things I like to do here in PowerPoint, and one of the reasons why is because we're looking at this from all over the classroom, and I want to make sure that the students in any part of the room can see this. So I'm going to make it nice and large, and then I can go back into here if I want, and I can make this text as large as I need it so they can see it from anywhere. Now you'll notice over here I can still maintain my filtering. So when I click on this, it'll come up and I can actually go through here, and we can actually kind of just scroll over this and gray certain areas out. Now the one thing I don't want to do here, if I select just one of these and hit apply, it becomes 100%. So I don't really like doing it that way, but I can just scroll over these to highlight certain areas. But you'll notice, of course, we were able to make this nice and big. We were able to change the colors. If we want to, we could actually go in, like for example, if we wanted to change that shape fill, we could come over here and make it a different color. We can still do that. When we talk about doing our line graphs, same principle. We'll go back to Excel. So here's our graph, and we'll copy it. Now each one of these kind of works differently when you talk about bringing them in and formatting them. Like this one, for example, does not need to be reformatted. One of the things I will tell you though is you want to be careful. You'll notice over here on the far side on the right we have our formatting. One of the things that we're going to do, we'll stop right there. So that way we make sure that this stays up and that we can make changes to it still. We can show one line, we can take away one line, so we can still work within our formatting. It's nice and big, it can be seen from anywhere. We can make these bigger if we want to. But the big thing here is that we want to stop short on this right side, and you'll see it's marked right here, so that we can see our options over here to still use them. Because if we move this all the way to the far right, they disappear. Now we can't get to them. So here's our legend. We could go in now with it being a little bit bigger if we wanted. We could try and see if maybe the labels would work, but you can still tell it's probably not the best idea. Now we could go in and put the labels in if we made one line disappear. We could do that if we wanted to, if we filtered it. Now one of the nice things is, because of the way this is done, when you click on these, you'll notice over here on the design, refresh the data. When you click on that, one of the things it'll do is it'll pull from Excel and it'll automatically update the data in your PowerPoints. One of the other things you can do is go into File, and you'll notice down here where it says Edit Links to Files. You can click on that and choose Automatic Update. So here's that Excel file. Now by doing that, what will happen is every time that this is opened, it'll automatically pull the latest information from Excel and it'll ask if you want to update it. You click Update, and then it loads all of this in. So when we look at this last one here on our bar graph, we'll add this one in. So we'll go to Bar Graph, choose our graph, we'll paste. Now this one, of course, you'll see we have to change the formatting a little bit. Bring it over here. Nice and big again, and then we're going to have to, of course, we'll have to change and make it black, and then we'll bold it so it's viewable from anywhere we need to be. now we can see it again. As far as you doing animations with them, when you do animations here, we're going to animation. The first step here is you want to click on appear or something of this. So you'll pick your animation. I'll just tend to do appear or fade. The next step is you need to go to effect options. If you just do appear, then the graph just shows up like as all as one. You can choose to do these by category, by element in a category. Element in a category would be as if it's a stacked. You'll notice here it would go 1 and 2. Typically you want to just choose, and I always go to the bottom and just choose element and category. For here I would just appear, and I always go to the bottom category. I always do the bottom one for the effect. It's the category, and what that means is they come up one by one. And that's typically the easiest way to do this. If you want to animate them, just make them come up one by one. You can always just choose the bottom option as an easy, simple way to do it. The other thing here is what you want to focus on. We'll go back to the Home tab. Is if I have Excel open, which I do, and I've got this bar graph here, I'm going to go over here to 56. I'm going to change this to 54. And you'll notice it automatically changed it over here. So that's that automatic update. So when I have Excel open, I can be working on it, and automatically data in my PowerPoint will change as well. So that's how you can put these in here and still maintain their usability. Obviously you'll have to change the formatting sometimes, but other than that, it's push them over, and then you best go, like I said, go into File, Edit Links, and choose that automatic update for them. And then that makes sure that as you open up this, it automatically pulls the latest data in. So every year that you add data, you change data, even when you open your PowerPoint up, it still automatically pulls that data in.